Gauteng Alternative Education Expo for 2022. I'll be interviewing Tracy from Global Village College today. Okay, Tracy, what are the advantages of Cambridge?
I've been reflecting on Diane Taverner's speech at her keynote address at EdTech Asia. She's the author of a book, Prepared: What Kids Need for a Fulfilled Life. And she believes that schools that are designed to prepare every child for the opportunity to live a good life focus on three elements. They nurture and develop a child's curiosity. They actively support every child and young adult in developing a unique identity and purpose, and they create self-directed learners. I believe Cambridge achieves this in addition to the academic advantage it gives children. So, Cambridge International qualifications are accepted by educational institutions in South Africa and all over the world, and by employers. The Cambridge way of achieving a matric is a far less stressful way than the traditional matric. So children enroll for their exams when they're ready and prepared to write the exams, and they can spread their workload so that they write the exams over different sittings. So this takes away a lot of the pressure and stress, and it allows children to only write the exams when they're ready. Children can also rewrite the exams as many times as they like to achieve the marks that they need for entrance to universities or whatever their personal goals are. There's also no age limit with Cambridge. There's so much to say. It also focuses on future skills. So it encourages curiosity, creativity, collaboration, inquiry skills. It encourages students to ask big questions and to relate what they learn to the world around them, to their personal situation and their communities. So I'm absolutely convinced that Cambridge is the only solution for most children I know, because it gives children the options. And I think that's so important. We are living in changing times, and we don't know what the future is going to hold, and we don't know where we're going to be. And Cambridge gives children those options to, even though they don't know what the end goal is, to keep those options open. And then just reflecting on what happened over the last few years, and the uncertainty and the change and the incredible pressure that was put on families and children. I look at our students who've been following the Cambridge syllabus and writing their exams, and their life has been pretty much unchanged, other than for the first exam sitting that was cancelled when no one in the world knew what was happening. So these children have, academically, they have just kept on track. A lot of them have accelerated and are actually ahead of where they might have been in a traditional school system. And they haven't been affected by a lot of the local and international restrictions. They haven't had to wear masks, they haven't had to sanitize, they haven't, their academic situation has really been pretty much unchanged. And then the other advantage, I think, for us as South Africans is that with Cambridge, it's an international qualification. It's issued out of the University of Cambridge, and we are not affected by local situations, by local politics and policies and decisions. So it's such a sound system to be part of, because we're not locally affected. It's a global qualification that's administered all over the world, and we are not affected by local situations and changes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and can you explain a little bit more about Cambridge, like how it's structured? So like foundation, IGCSE and AS, and
Sure.
exam fees and things.
So I'm going to start at the end because I think it's quite important to look at the end goal. So what do you want to achieve when you are studying for a qualification? So the end goal is to either become employed, to be able to enter a university or college or another tertiary institution. So for South Africa, USAF administers matric exemption certificates. So with Cambridge qualifications, there are various routes. The most popular route we find is the AS route. So with that qualification, students need to do 4 AS subjects and 1 IGCSE subject. So we've got students now who are applying for university. Some of them are applying for engineering, for Bachelor of Commerces, and for actuarial sciences, as an example. So they will submit their IGCSE results. So for people who are more familiar with the NSC, the South African system, that would be your grade 11 results. So children who are writing IEB or CAPS would submit those results at the end of their grade 11 year. So students who are doing Cambridge submit their IGCSE results. It's the International General Certificate of Education. And then their final admission is, and their matric exemption is granted with the AS results.
Okay.
And then if you go back, so the more foundational levels are what are called checkpoints, so stage 7, 8 and 9, and they are pretty similar to the traditional or the NSC grade 7, 8 and 9, and then the primary grades are all the preceding grades, grade 6 backwards. So I hope downwards.
Yes.
I hope I haven't, I like to look at the end goal because I think that's really important at the outset, is to see what's the purpose of what you're doing. Why are you enrolling your children in a specific curriculum or approach? So I think that's quite important to start with the end in mind.
So if the end goal would be to do AS, you recommend doing ICSE and starting with Cambridge early?
So with Cambridge, you actually don't have to pass any prior qualification. So you can actually go and write AS levels with no prior qualification. However, if you want to go to university, it is essential that you write your IGCSE exams, because those are what the universities use for your provisional admission.
Okay. Okay. And what are the advantages from learning, from home and homeschooling?
Okay. So learning from home, I think, as Sir Ken Robinson has said, in traditional schools, children are sorted by date of manufacture. Those were his words, and to me that just doesn't make sense. We are working with unique individuals who each have their own situation, their own strengths and weaknesses and gifts. So homeschooling allows you to tailor your learning around the child and your family, rather than taking a school system and trying to fit your child into that school system and dealing with all the challenges of trying to get them to conform. And that is the last thing that our world needs. We need to be developing creative, unique individuals who can contribute to their communities, to the world around them, and live fulfilled lives. So homeschooling really allows that. You also enable children to learn how they learn best. So they learn at their pace. They learn when they learn best. So we have teenagers in the house and they prefer getting up later and learning later in the afternoon. They're even quite happy learning at night. So younger children might prefer to get up earlier and to learn first thing in the morning, and then to end their learning day by 12 or 1 o'clock. It also allows you to tailor your learning around your family's holidays, and many parents are working from home and running their own businesses, and to to really tailor the situation around your child's and your family's needs. And there's an incredible cost saving. I've just been talking to a parent now, just saying it's amazing how much money is saved. So you are not driving to school, and not just the cost, but the stress of getting children ready, dressed in their uniforms and off to school. So you're saving the cost of transport, you're saving the cost of uniforms, you're saving the cost of buying a whole lot of stationery that often goes unused, and replacing the stationery when it goes missing and labeling it. You are, so there's an incredible cost saving. Many children actually accelerate on their learning path because they're not waiting for the rest of the class and to work at their pace, but they're working at their own unique pace. So they might accelerate in certain subjects and take a bit longer in others. And learning from home really allows you to again, tailor the learning around each child and the pace at which they will learn best and learn effectively and absorb and be able to apply their learning. I'm thinking there are quite a few.
Yeah, for sure.
What are the other advantages? So an incredible reduction of stress and pressure. We see many children going off anxiety medication. So when I grew up, I didn't even know what the word meant, and it is quite frightening to see how many children are suffering from severe anxiety because they are being pressurized to conform into an outdated system that is a one-size-fits-all, and we are not all the same. So it's causing incredible anxiety and stress and pressure to perform and to be filtered out in a system. So I'm absolutely convinced that parents know what's best for their children, and they can help their children develop academically, socially, and emotionally by being able to fit the child's education around the child and their needs.
Yes, thank you for your insights. Very true, very true. So can you also tell me a little bit about Global Village Center and what is unique and what are some of your achievements and successes?
Okay, so it's a very personalized, customized approach around every child and what they need. What we believe we do really well is we have designed course material that is curriculum aligned with the end goal of preparing children for the international Cambridge qualifications that they're going to write the exams for and obtain. So all our course material is designed by specialist tutors who know what the end goal is and what is required at the level where students will write their external exams. So people can contract to the basic package, which is called the key, and they will then get all the course material, which is designed into 30 weeks. The course material contains references to the textbook because we're not rewriting the textbook. We prescribe Cambridge endorsed textbooks. We supplement all our material with additional notes. We also include additional activities and video links that are professionally assessed to be accurate and valid, and these video links are included in the course material, and then students also get all the solutions to the activities. Also included are 5 assignments that are written after every 6 weeks, and all the memorandums or mark schemes so that the assignments can be marked. And then people can opt for the custom option, which is the basic key option with all the course material, and they can add on to that as they need. They can add on tutoring, they can add on marking by tutors and reports.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. It sounds like a wonderful sort of collection of things. So thank you. But is there anything else you'd like to add? Or?
I'm incredibly excited to be seeing the students at the stage where they are getting their applications ready for university, and they've worked hard and they've achieved the qualifications which are going to open the doors for them. So I've got students applying for university courses, students who are going to go and take a gap year. So just seeing the end goal being achieved is hugely exciting to me. And then more than that, academically, that is obviously a very important focus, but seeing how children have become self-directed learners is incredibly exciting. And I was just talking to parents this morning saying the greatest gift you can give yourself is to encourage your children to become independent and to take responsibility for their own learning. So we're really seeing how these children have grown in their motivation and their confidence, and just taken so much pressure off themselves and their whole family by taking responsibility for their learning and being able to do it independently with a good structure and with specialist input from tutors and the course material. They really are able to drive their own car, their own journey.
Okay, and where can people contact you?
So people can contact us. The easiest is to just look at our website. So it's www.globalvillageint.com, and the email address is admin@globalvillageint.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, Tracy.
Pleasure.